Oof, y'all. Did y'all feel like you got a gut punch yesterday when we got these Surfer Raid Milestones? If you did, I'm kind of right there with you. We're going to talk about just how this kind of looks for the free-to-play mid-game, sort of community here. How did these milestones, how were they well received, from you? And I'm going to talk about that today, guys, with my brother here, Valleyflyin. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Yo, what's up, dude? I'm glad we could continue our weekly headliner conversation about these, because when we recorded yesterday, these weren't out, and we would have had a lot to say about this stuff. So yes, let's get it going.
Yeah,
I'm
man,
ready for it. How do I get more on screen? I got to go this way. This way. All right. We're good. I'm ready now.
I put my hands up. I don't know what that means, but I feel like this is sizing it up.
I think it means you're ready to smash it.
I'm ready to smash it.
I think you are.
Where's my hammer? Let me call it. Milner. Never mind. What's this? Use
the fist.
No, but seriously, man, these milestones. Right. So these got released yesterday, man, and we did a video on your channel where we talked about some of the other stuff, kind of like the alliance perspective, and kind of like how you the impact of it. And how you felt about it. So I'll be honest, like right off the bat, man, I personally was not as shocked, but I was a little shocked that the milestones were. So these are the milestones right here. You guys have probably already seen it. The first time that you actually get any shards is when you get to milestone 28. So that's 20 million. And I've been kind of just going back and forth with, players in the Discord. And I'm sorry, guys, if you hear any screaming, that's my baby boy having some fun. But
congratulations again.
Thank you. Well, this is the middle one. He's the middle one. He's a little wild child.
So it's a late congratulations.
Late congratulations. But wild child that I can say. But yeah, so the milestones were up to this is the first time that you can get a milestone 28. And I did a little bit of a small poll in Discord, to ask, hey, where are you guys with these milestones? How do you feel about them? And where are you guys able to get? And man, a lot of them, almost everyone was basically like, hey, we're going to get 0 shards. We're only hitting 15 million. We're getting maybe 18 million or so. We're doing U7.
Which raids does that equate to?
Yeah. So that
15 million per season.
So that comes down to pretty much, I think, so U7 difficulty 2, U7 difficulty 1, and then Greek raids, they're doing just 4.0 on Greek raids. So obviously not top and, sort of raids, but you're still getting a good amount.
Still the toughest raid before Doom came out.
Exactly. So it just feels bad, and I think that's what I want to talk about, right? Like from the mid-game perspective, man, I just feel like they just didn't get a lot of love, where this is concerned. And I know that you're kind of like in a different, kind of place in the game, and you're probably getting, some more shots. So we probably should start off there. Like, where are you getting right now, with these milestones?
We do about 70 million per season. That was when we're doing Doom about 3 times a week. So my alliance will be getting some decent shards, but the majority of the community is not where my alliance is. And I feel the majority of the community should be getting at least some shards, especially if you're in Ultimate 7. That takes a lot of work to get there. This takes a lot of roster building to get there. And if you're able to do that consistently, even at Ultimate 7.1, I think you should still get some shards. And Scopely, it's not going to break the bank. It's not going to break the game by giving everybody some shards that have worked that hard to get up to Ultimate 7. Maybe it's not going to be as what everybody wants as far as release as far as unlocking the next star level for Silver Surfer, but I mean, we're talking about 15 seasons of this, which is about 6 months or so. 6 months. You should be able to get some decent amount of shards for this. It should be a little better than milestones. And you shouldn't have to be in Doom or have to be in 4.3 of the Greeks to get some shards. You should get some. It is my opinion. No matter, as long as you get to Ultimate 7.5 or Ultimate 7, you should get some. You should get some with your milestones. There should be enough points that you're scoring to get this.
Yeah, and what are you thinking? So in terms of how many shards you should be able to get, let's say that you're only getting 15 million, for a raid season. What do you think would be an adequate number for them to be getting in terms of shards?
Well, we talked about this over the course before we started recording. If you're getting 4 shards per season over the course of 15 seasons, if you do your strike pass, that's a 3-star character right there.
Yep.
Now, most characters at 3-star are not viable in the game. Silver Surfer is kind of the exception. It is a long grind. About 6 months from right now is where you're going to get that 3-star version of Silver Surfer. So if you've grinded enough to get to Ultima 7, I think that should be fair. So my answer is going to be minimum 4 stars per season.
Yeah.
At the bare minimum, and then it just goes up as you go into Ultima 7.2, 7.3. You go up on the difficulties of the Greeks. That's where I'm thinking. Is that kind of where your head is as well, or am I a little steep with that?
No, I don't think that you're steep with that. I think that's kind of where I was at too. I'm like, okay, well, there got to be a cutoff number, right? There got to be a cutoff point.
There has to be.
I think once you get to like 15 mil, or so, you should, like, right here, you should start getting some of these shards, right? At least
as soon as the armory orbs start, that's when Silver Surfers start.
Like right here, 4 shards right there. And if you get more, that you can get maybe 8. If you're getting 30 mil, you probably should be able to get 10, shards a season. And you're probably saying, no, that's way too many shards. But no, think about it. This is over a 6-month period, that you're getting these shards. It's not gonna 6 months from now. There's gonna be many other character releases, right? And maybe not as good as Silver Surfer, but still it's still gonna take a while, before you to kind of accumulate all those shards. So I think my point is, like, mid-game players, heading into that late game phase should be able to get some of the piece of the pie, and not just these top tier alliances, are kind of just benefiting from getting all these shards. Because even the top tier alliances, I think, to a certain extent, I mean, it's not like it's gonna still take them a while to be able to get a 6-7 star character, in Silver Surfer.
I mean, that would be a good thing, spreading this release out. Nobody's getting Silver Surfer very, very early, but then we got all these offers that are coming as well. So, the alliances that are probably going to buy a lot of these offers and already have Silver Surfer potentially at 7 stars by the time these are done, don't really need these shards. So it's kind of a weird system. The rich are getting richer, and that's opposite of what we've been preaching for so long. These catch-up mechanics. We need catch-up mechanics. We need new players getting to the mid game faster. We need mid game players getting to the end game faster in order to sustain the recruiting that we need to have a normal competitive alliance. Now, the other thing this eliminates is all the casual players, like people that were just playing for fun, or they had a large roster and they're playing with their friends to have fun. Well, that's kind of sucks, because then you're eliminated from the Silver Surfer shard. So I think they should go back and look at the distribution of this. Would this have been different for you if this was just attached to Doom Raids, though? Would that have felt a little different now that they're attached to milestones? Would it felt different? Because I think that's essentially what they're trying to do. Reward alliances that are able to do Doom Raids once or twice a week, or even 7 days a week, and then just adding it more. Would it have changed your perception of this?
So I think yes. I don't. It would have probably still would have enraged. I think most of the community, not me personally. I'm not enraged by this. This is interesting. That's kind of the way I look at it. I'm like, this is interesting and not helpful. It's kind of how I look at it. I think it would have made me a little bit. That would have made me a little bit more upset, because, man, I'm doing you 7 difficulty 5. And that is hard content, right? It's not necessarily easy to do, unless you have a Jubilee and an Axeman team, right? Like, that's when it becomes a lot easier to be able to gun, or 650K or 600K symbiote team, right?
It's strong Axeman or strong
symbiote team. Either one of those teams, right? But Doom Raids, I mean, there's a significant we're emphasizing now, right? Completing Dark Dimension 4, because you need G15 to do Doom Raids, or at least a good amount of G14s to do Doom Raids. So I would have felt worse about it if they had, put that into Doom Raids. But you mentioned something about alliances, which I thought was really interesting. Recruitment is going to be even more difficult now, because you're going to have players who are not just looking for, hey, what raids are you doing? But no, it's what are you hitting for, milestones, right? What are you getting for milestones every season? And that is going to dictate whether or not, players, how well alliances can actually get members now. They're shifting the was it the pendulum? They're shifting it too far, ahead, and not concerned too much about the earlier player experience. And you need earlier players and mid-game players to feel as if though there's a chance for them, because otherwise they just leave the game, and you can't just depend on the large alliances, the whales, the Krakens, the players who have been playing for years upon years. You can't just depend on that. You need more. You need more than that to sustain the game.
People need a reason to spend money, and a lot of the players that spend money, it's so they're at the top and they can beat up on people with smaller rosters. And if there's nobody to beat up on, because there's nobody coming through the pipeline, there's no new players that are coming through and building up their rosters. Nobody's expanding their rosters.
Yeah.
Who are the people that spend all this money on the game going to be able to play? So yeah. I think this is kind of a short-sighted profit maximizer for the folks over at Scopely, just trying to get some profits from Silver Surfer, make that frustration marketing is what they excel at. This is so frustrating, we can't get any Silver Surfer shards. Let's just go buy some. And I think that's what they're banking on here.
Yeah.
But like we talked about in the headliner, it's capitalist. The U.S. is capitalist, and Scopely is based in the U.S. And speak with your wallets. Speak with your wallets. If you're happy with this, if you're unhappy with this, speak with your wallets. And that's how capitalism works.
Yeah, 100%. And what this makes me concerned about is, I feel like we're getting. We're almost getting what we asked for, right? Because we complained about the Blitz releases and the fact that they were doing those too frequently. And now we have Silver Surfer, who was the first character in the Strike Pass. And then, of course, we had, we're now having Polaris that's going to be the next member that's going to be a part of the Strike Pass as well. And they're kind of going away from these Blitz releases. So I feel this makes me concerned for future releases.
For Polaris? What are they going to do with Polaris after she's out of Strike Pass?
Right.
What's going to happen with that?
And that's where I'm beginning to get a little bit more concerned now, because I feel like they are going to, they're going to, now granted, this is going to be going on for 6 months or so, plus 6 months, that you're going to be getting shards here from these milestones. You're going to be
hitting higher milestones. You're not going to be at 20 after 6 months. You're going to be
exactly.
High, and you guys are already starting dooms and stuff. So you're going to be higher than that. But I don't know.
But what about future characters that are like this? That makes me concerned. I'm hoping that they're only going to do this for characters like Silver Surfer. Let's talk about this then. I mean, we talked about complaining about, or we were making the analysis on this. How do we think that they should fix this? Is probably the next question, right? Like, where do you think that they should go to make this a little bit more player friendly, earlier player friendly, mid game friendly? Like, what do we think?
I think you need to start rewarding shards at lower level. Yeah, much lower milestones. Much lower. Where you said the cutoff was right around the Armory 14 orbs, where they start right around milestone 26.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem that bad, because you got to grind a little. This Silver Surfer is supposed to be the hot new character, and even if you start less, if you give 1 shard per season or 2 shards per season, that's not going to make a difference in somebody's roster, but it does feel better because you're kind of making progress towards getting more Silver Surfer shards. And if by the end of the season you're up to milestone 27, 28, 29, it makes a little. So I'm not sure what the cutoff. Maybe let's go down to 10. I'm not sure what the best place is, but the 4 shards per season over the 15 seasons with that Strike Pass will get you the 3-star unlock. So is that proper, or is that too stingy based on normal character releases getting a 4 or 5-star unlock at the end of that? So I don't know what this correct solution is, but a lot of it is by feeling and perception. It's not, you can look at facts all day long, but just at the end of the day, this doesn't feel good.
Exactly.
And, so something that's going to help the players feel good is
very important.
So rewarding shards, is that going to break the game?
I don't think so. I personally don't think so, especially because you're stretching it out over this long period of time, which is what,
2-week period, and times 15 weeks,
6 months,
Seasons.
30 weeks, that's what you're stretching it out, over that period. Well, keep on saying 6, but you're stretching it out over that period of time there. I don't think that it would break the game. It's going to still take you a while to accumulate all of those shards, but it will feel better at the end if, hey, after 6 months, I now have a 6-star Silver Surfer, or I now have a 4-star Silver Surfer, 5-star Silver Surfer, then, hey, I'm going to have a 3-star Silver Surfer,
Yeah. It does. Or just getting more shards. Hey, I got a Silver Surfer shard. I can't unlock them, but I got some shards. I know. When I was looking at stuff, that made me feel good, but I don't know what it's like for someone starting off now. And I guess you're more apt to speak on that as a brand new. You have a brand new account.
Yeah.
But where are you guys as far as season milestone scores as in your new account? What milestone do you guys hit at this point?
I mean, it's very low. I mean, we're not even completing all the 16 milestones. So for me personally, I'm not even looking at
it.
You already
passed it with this account.
Yeah. With this account, I can't even see it. But I wasn't expecting on that account to be able to get any of those shards. I got to be realistic now. I'm not expecting you to just fork out shards to the players who are just starting to play the game, especially considering that you already had the strike pass, right? I mean, I got to be realistic in saying that, but I do think that, like I said, I mean, if you're at the place in the game where, you are at least able to do 15 million, in a raid season, you're doing basic, U7 difficulty 1 or whatever, right? You should be able to get some shards, even if it's just for a season, that's 105 shards, between the strike pass and, and the raids, the raid milestones. That's at least 3 stars, if you don't buy any other shards, from the store. So I don't know. Those are kind of like my thoughts on that. We'll kind of wrap it up there, and I'm probably sure that we can probably talk about more about this. But I think that at the end of the day, man, what we're saying is you got to make this more free to play. You got to make not free to play per se, but more mid game, friendly, so that everybody can feel as if though, hey, if I get to level 70, there are going to be these things that are going to be waiting on me because I'm, I just gotta grind it out just for a little bit. But once I get to level 70, things will get much better for me, while playing this game,
Agreed. It should be way more access to these shards, because even a 3-star Silver Surfer for everybody, I don't think that's going to break the game, especially when you're giving so much to these higher end alliances, and they're going to be so much farther ahead with those Silver Surfer and newer players, mid game players, just not even able to unlock that character. So it puts them at a big disadvantage. So it's not good for the long term health of this game. So they should increase this.
Absolutely. But listen, this is where we'll end it, guys. Appreciate you guys, of course, watching. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Where did we miss? What have we not talked about that, we should be looking into? Maybe we're wrong about how we're assessing, these milestones, so just give us some ideas here, guys. Always like to hear from you. Obviously want to make sure, that we're speaking for the community to make sure that we can make some changes here, so that everybody can enjoy the game. Right.
Exactly. It's a game. It's a
game.
It's supposed to be fun.
Exactly.
It's not supposed to make us feel bad. It's supposed to feel good.
Right. But listen, Valley, appreciate you being on the channel. Like I said, go check out his channel too. Links are going to be down below with the video that we did on his channel. But appreciate you, brother. Any last words?
Appreciate you. Skullplay, fix your game.
That's it. That's all we got to say.
Stop the bugs.
That's all we got to say. But appreciate y'all. Much love. Y'all be blessed. And y'all be safe.